Hi, everybody. Podcast time again. If you've hung with us, thank you so much. My name is Katie Kruze.
And I am KruzeNSeigel.
Once again, the fancy graphic as you see what's going on here. This is what we lovingly call On the Rocks with a twist, where we like to fuse entertainment, conversation, fun talk, deep talk, all that stuff with a little dose of music. And we've got Matt behind the scenes running all of this and making it look and sound great. And then we have our in-house band, our duo, Sean and Mike. Take it away.
We'd both lie silently still in the dead of the night. And though we both lie close together, we feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you, though I tried, but I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. And every rose has its own.
Yeah, it does. Ooh, I just love our musical interludes.
I certainly do,
Don't
too.
you? Don't
Yes,
you?
I
Don't
do.
you?
I love it.
So talented. So, are you going to bring our wonderful guest on? Since
Yes.
This is your buddy, your friend.
This is my friend.
He's my friend.
He's my friend, and don't make fun of
His
him.
name is Kenny, and he's my friend.
And Kenny will always be my friend. Anyway, you know, you meet quite a few when you're booking, you know, casinos like the Hard Rock and all, you know, all these major casinos and
Which is
clubs
what Terry
and venues.
does.
Yes, you get to meet some really cool people, and one of the cool people that I met was a guy who books and manages a club in Chicago called Bourbon Street, which I don't know if you've been to, but you know he's the man about town in Chicago, and he has this fabulous band called Boy Band Night, and it doesn't
No,
matter.
isn't it Boys Night Out?
Boy Band Night.
Oh, I had it wrong. Never mind.
Well, Kenny, you got to correct me. But anyway,
We'll get it right.
We'll get it right. Anywhere I put them, anywhere I put these guys, it doesn't matter. They sell out. They think that NSYNC is really there. They think the Backstreet Boys are really there. Clothes are flying, bras are flying, you know.
And that's just from Sean and Mike.
And that's just from Sean and Mike. No. You want me to throw a bra at
Kind
you,
of
Sean?
embarrassing.
I can
but,
throw a bra at you, Sean.
We're not proud of it.
So, and not only that, he was just on the Bachelor,
Bachelorette.
and he was absolutely stunning and fabulous, and he's one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet in your whole life, and I'm glad to call him a friend and a business associate, but more friend. Kenny, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, hello, Kenny.
Makes the room look good.
Hey.
He dials up a room. He dials up a room real nice.
I can see why you were on The Bachelorette, like, duh.
So Kenny, tell us a little bit how that all came down. I mean, people don't know how people get on shows like that.
And this was just to let people know, Kenny, you were just on this last season of The Bachelorette, the one that just recently concluded.
Yeah. We ended, I think the last episode was like right before Christmas, I think. But yeah, I got, typically you like, people apply to be on it or people nominate people. And then sometimes they kind of contact people directly. And then that's kind of how I ended up on. They reached out to me. They had been looking for some older guys for this season because the Bachelorette Claire was older.
Like
What's
80.
older?
She was like
Because
80.
for Terry, that's 26.
Wasn't she like 80? I mean, like
No, she wasn't 80. How old
What?
was she, though?
She's she's same as me. We're 39.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
39.
respectable.
You're a little old for me.
Yes.
Kenny, I-
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
You're way
No,
old for her.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
So anyway, you get called, and then you go, do you have to actually audition, or are you actually on? Do you just become on? or do they make you
Uh,
like?
I, there's like a process, some. It was like smack dab in the middle of COVID, so it was all
Oh, how hard that
Zoom
was.
calls, yeah, Zoom, Skype interviews, stuff like that, and then you kind of go through like the background check process, and there's quite a bit to go through, and you really don't know if you're going to be on until sort of the last minute, to be honest. Like I didn't really find out until maybe 10 days before I left, I
And then
think,
you have to
something like
drop
that.
everything for who knows how long, right?
Because you don't know how long you're going to be. Like, you're in the business. I mean,
Yeah,
you run a business, so you got to make
you,
plans.
yeah, it's more of it's like a ballpark. Like you're going to be gone anywhere from like 2 weeks to 8 weeks is kind of what it is, something like that.
So you
But
you
yeah.
you get there and you meet the kid. And I mean, do you know anything at all about this chick? I mean, do you know? And I mean, do they give you a little hint about her?
How about this? When all the dudes are together, are you secretly sizing everybody up like, I might have a shot at this? I
This
don't
this
know.
guy is a duh. Forget about it. I got it on this guy.
How'd this guy get in?
Yeah.
How'd they open up the back door?
Well,
I'm sorry.
that's kind of
I'm sure they had
that's
very
how the
nice
first night.
personalities.
Oh yeah. That's how the first night is like that. Like because you do the limo entrance, and then all the guys are just sort of meeting in the house, and she's still out there meeting guys as they come in. So at that point, that's where you're kind of meeting everybody, and like you said, you're kind of like trying to compare yourself, sizing everybody up and stuff. Because there's like 30, I think we had 32 guys the
I
first
think you
night,
had
so it
100
was
by the
like,
time that was all over. I mean, seriously, they kept bringing
dude,
more and more guys in, and I'm like, when is the guys going to
I know.
stop? When are they going to bring in the Bachelorette? I mean, like the real Bachelorette. That was that was not the real one, right? Was she like a stand-in?
Well,
I'm kidding.
I mean, she was the real one for a minute, and then they switched.
Right.
I'm
So
like, okay. I mean, did anybody, you say personality checks? Because you know what, when you go back to shows like, I mean, I go way back to when these all started, and there were a couple that were like had done porn. I mean, they find stuff comes up on some of these guys, and I'm
yeah.
wondering, did they do a background like mental check on this girl, or I don't know, that shouldn't say that.
Like, they might. I mean, just because they do them for you guys, it's only fair that they would vet her.
But
right?
she was cray cray. I mean, I hate to say that, but it was
You don't.
like,
She does not hate to say that,
no, I don't hate to say that.
but
But no, I'm sure she's a very nice person. You know what? I knew instantly there was something. And am I going to go to hell for saying stuff like this?
no. But here's another
trying to
question
be
for you.
nice.
I know. Try.
But then you don't have a show.
Well, that's
the
then
point.
go.
The point
What
is,
do you want to say?
it's like when she's coming in, and instantly you go, there is something not right about this girl, and I don't know. I couldn't tell. It was just something like how you have your radar up, like you just knew, and you even knew that about the guys. And I'm like, first of all, ugly 1, ugly 2,
Oh.
ugly 3, ugly 4, Kenny, ugly 5, ugly 6, went to Harvard.
They weren't all ugly. I didn't think so, but
I could no, Kenny.
well, they're
I swear.
not. They weren't Kenny.
I
mean,
can't. You know what, Kenny?
Wow.
I swear, I'm not saying this because we're friends. I'm saying this is the truth. There was not one guy, not one other guy that I would consider going out with. I
Well-
don't care where he went to school. He could have gone to he could have gone to a romper room.
Well, and he might have.
He probably did. I don't care if he went to Harvard. I mean, but it was like, but she had to make. I mean, how could you make out? This is like I know what they call it. You know what guys call it, but I'm not going to say it. But I want to say it really bad.
Something other than making out?
When a girl makes out with a guy a lot, and a guy the guy leaves and another guy comes in. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, there's
There's a word for it.
okay.
Do you know what it is, Kenny? You do. You
Yeah.
do. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. I can say it because I'm Terry Siegel in St. Louis. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of that. Is that this girl is like slobbering all over this guy, and then you got to come in 5 seconds later and slobber all over her again. And isn't that weird? I mean, you never did that. You know what? You really didn't slobber all over her, did you? Did you?
No,
You never. It's like I don't think I ever saw you slobber all over her. I see my musicians are
not,
cracking up. The band is now on the floor.
they-
The band's on.
Well, okay, so wait a minute. So let's just expand on that just a little bit. And not to give it away, but people have got to know if they've watched this this was the 16th season, so this is nothing new. But do they give you like parameters, Kenny? Like, okay, it can go this far, it's going this far. And probably some shows have different parameters, but like for The Bachelorette, for the general audience, do they like, you can mac on her this long, don't mac on her, you can do this, not do that?
there's no. I mean, honestly, there's not. I wouldn't say there's parameters, because sometimes they'll like if you're with her, you might be with her for a couple minutes, but then another guy's gonna at some point come in and grab her. But
Grab her
at the
butt
end of
for
the
sure.
day, like
Where's the soap?
it just the night just goes on like that, and then at some point, the producers she'll like go back to her room, and that'll be the end of the night kind of thing. But it's kind of a free for all, while you're hanging out with her and whatnot for the most part.
So can you get that, like with the cruise and the lights and everything? I mean, can you really, with all that going on, not
Can
do
you go to
it?
second
No,
base?
no.
No second base.
Back it up to the first date. Can you really strike an intimacy? I mean, like, is that genuine? Is
I
that
haven't
real?
even gotten to first base yet. I'm trying to find out if he got. Now you got to find out if he got to second base.
No, we do not. I want to know if there's an intimate connection too, and then the whole second base thing.
See, you want to know if they're with the second base.
There could be like if it's like you can meet somebody at a bar briefly and make a connection. It's the same thing. Like if there's enough, it's possible. I mean, it's unlikely, but it does. I mean, I think it's possible, and I
do
think
too.
as far as like all the producers and cameras, like they do a very good job of like making you feel like they're not around. Like they're not like in your face. They're kind of
Oh, okay.
They're like hiding behind a couch.
They're under
and
the
this,
table.
And this microphone comes up.
That's not a microphone.
I mean, the camera's like going like this behind the couch.
So, what was the overall experience for you, Kenny? I mean, you made it through show number 7, right? And when you were cut, like I think a lot of people were seriously shocked based on your looks and your charm. I mean, I think you were a pretty likable person. And I think that the money was that you were going to be maybe top 5, top 3. Didn't quite work out like that. But like, what was the overall experience? Did you walk away going, it was cool, it was weird, it got me an endorsement, anything?
I mean, the experience was awesome, to be honest. Like, it's kind of a once in a lifetime thing. I think the best thing that came out of it is like a lot of the guys are really good friends at this point.
You look like you were all starting to bond a little bit. Like you guys really looked like you were becoming buddies.
That's kind of what happened, because the way everything went down, Claire left, and there was like there was some time where it was just the guys. And we all sort of bonded, and it was an older group of guys, so it was a bit of a more mature conversations and stuff. And I mean, at the end of the day, like Terry said earlier, I was just in New York. There was 10 of us all hanging out. Like people were like, even people that we may have argued with on the show.
They were all there. I saw them. I go, hey, there's
really?
that guy. They were all sitting around having dinner together.
Oh, nice.
And it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's friends, and even Tasha's fiance was there. The guy, the one, Zach, that was, the winner of the show.
I can't remember
however you
who
want to
she
say it.
picked. I don't think I.
She
watched
picked that
anymore.
Zach guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Zach
yeah.
Clark, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah. So.
But
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Tasha, like, she was cool, but like we had more of a friendship vibe going on, I think, and the night I went home, I kind of knew I was going home either that night or I felt like it was going to be that night or maybe the next week. I didn't think I was going to be there for like when the families get involved and that kind of stuff. I didn't think that we had that kind of connection going. So,
But what would you have done?
I kind of,
What if it did, Kenny? I mean, were you prepared to go all the way? Is that wrong? Can I say that?
I mean, I went,
We know what you mean.
well, yeah, both.
I want to talk about say
Yeah.
both. Both would have been nice.
Both all the ways, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I went into it,
Just open.
whatever happened, happened. If it did happen, great. I mean, did I expect it to happen? No, I didn't expect to end up marrying anybody, but I wasn't opposed to letting things play out however they were going to play out. I didn't have a wall up saying no.
It's a great question, actually, to dig just a little bit deeper in that. What if, like, she's like, oh my gosh, this guy, and you were like, oh my gosh, this girl. You know what I mean?
I'm stuck
what
with her.
if she
What
keeps
do I
giving the
do?
roses? And that's got to be probably why ultimately a lot of these haven't been the real deal. Like, this is not like the fairy tale and everyone's married with 6 kids. There's a couple of instances, but a lot of time it doesn't, because we all know this is made for television. When it all boils down to it, this is entertainment. But that would have been a really interesting spot, I guess, for someone like you if you were like, there wasn't really the connection on your
wasn't
end, but she's
feeling it.
like, I am all in on this.
Yeah, and I'm not
Well,
feeling
that
it.
that happened. My buddy Brendan, he excused himself. He was one of the
I
last two
remember
guys.
that.
right.
I remember that. He said, "I'm just not
That's
feeling it."
right.
Yeah.
And
So I mean, at some point, yeah, you got to be honest. If it's not mutual, someone's going to obviously have to speak up, or you're going to find yourself in a problem. If you keep going along with it, and then you're the last guy, and then you're like, oh shit, I don't really want to get married.
Exactly.
do you know what I think they should have, Kenny? I think they should have bachelorettes for 65 and older.
Now that would be a good show.
They're doing it.
What? And they didn't cast Terry?
They just started Terry, I'll nominate you. They just
Kenny!
They just started the cat. I'm telling
I'm
you.
it.
It's real.
There's only one thing.
Oh God, there's.
I will go to first base, second base.
There's about 30 things.
I might even go to third base. Hell, I might go to fourth base.
Okay,
but I'm not getting in a bathing suit in a tiny bathing suit around the pool. That's not happening on my lifetime.
So everything else is okay.
Even though I was in Playboy, but that was 1979. But I'm not getting. I don't look like that
All right,
now.
Kenny. So you know the drill.
What?
Emphasis on drill.
Send me that
Apparently,
copy.
in Terry's world, just no swimsuits.
No
So,
swimsuits. No
there's
swimsuits.
that.
Could you
I'll
wear
tell him.
could you wear a hazmat suit to the pool?
Yeah.
So now, are you still like on Twitter and Instagram and things like that?
And do
you
people drive you crazy? Do girls?
Yeah,
drive
do they
you
are they
crazy?
still like coming at you with like comments or things like that, or is it the show's done? The show's done.
I love you. Woo 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 woo. Like,
What?
I mean, is any of that happening?
It's definite.
in your brain, it is.
It's definitely more crazy.
love
Like
you,
while the
Kenny.
show was on. Yeah, there's some.
Oh,
It's
stabbing is funny.
it's still there. Like it's still there. The whole Bachelor world is kind of crazy. Like it's just the show has a huge following of people. It's kind of crazy.
You know
Well,
what?
Kenny, this podcast is counting on that. So I hope
got to
it's
tell
true.
you something. My son, who's 29 years old, who wouldn't be caught dead. My son's 29. He would not be caught dead watching this at all. But he saw me. He was, well, what are you watching that for? I go, because my friend Kenny's on it. Well, it was like all of a sudden, like Sunday. What time is that show on? And
Where's the roses?
Did Kenny make it to the? I mean, it was like my 29-year-old son was worried about you. He was, Kenny make it? I couldn't say, but Kenny make it. It's him. So it's like he goes back and he's following. What do you call it when you go back? And
Stalking. You call it stalking.
What do you call it? binging.
Oh,
My
binge
son,
watching.
My 29-year-old
That's
son
the other
Yeah.
stalking
is
is binge
binging
watching.
The Bachelorette.
Yes.
But, to root for you because now you're best friends through me. So anyway, that's my son. But
Good.
Well, let's learn a little bit more about you. You're the club manager owner. Oh, where are we
tell
going?
us about the club, yeah, and
And
the
how-
band and everything.
What's happening in a pandemic world?
The club is it's 115 Bourbon Street, south side of Chicago. I book all the entertainment. I've been
Oh,
there
nice.
for going on 18 years. I've been there for 18, and it's been
That's a
open
long
for
time.
21 years, I think. But it's just like it's a big room. It's overall holds 4,000 people, but it's kind of segregated into different rooms.
I mean, it's
So,
huge. If you see pictures of when the place
yeah.
is packed, it's like, what is it, like 3 levels or something, Kenny? Or
That's awesome.
It's one. Well, there is some like VIP different levels and stuff, but it's mainly just one big flat space segregated. There's like 2 different rooms that hold like 1,500. Then there's like a club space that holds like 800. Then there's a beer garden that holds like 1,000. It's just
and you do
it's
food
it's pretty unique.
and
Yeah, there's a restaurant. It's everything: restaurant, sports bar, entertainment. It's the whole
everybody
deal.
that I've talked to that's in Chicago, I mean, goes there. I mean,
Oh,
it's
why
either
wouldn't you?
been there once or been there, go there all the time, or make it their special place to have a bachelor party or whatever they do.
And I'm a boy band freak. Like, I love them. I've actually seen the Backstreet Boys live.
Here's
Now,
the-
I
here's
took
the
little
girl-
ones. It
here's
wasn't
the-
creepy. I took
Here's the
little
girls
ones,
that
but-
are on radio playing Zeppelin and
Yeah, rock
and
is my thing, but who doesn't love a boy
Metallica,
band?
but
So
boy bands,
clear up the name of your boy band for us, because I think one of us screwed it up.
boy band night.
Yeah, it's the boy band night.
I screwed it up. That was me.
Do I get points?
Yes.
Yeah. Do I
get to
No,
go
she
out
had
with
it
Kenny?
right. You get to go out with Kenny.
I win,
Parameters.
Kenny.
So here's your rose. So
Thank you.
are you touring around with them currently? Can they perform? Like, what's going on? Have enough clubs opened up that there's livelihoods for people?
No,
Uh,
no,
What are
it's
they
been
doing,
terrible.
Kenny? What are the boys doing?
being hot. They're standing around being hot and
I mean-
looking in mirrors.
Unemployment.
They probably are. Oh, look at that boy
There,
band
look
night.
at them. The
Look
boy
at that.
band night.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
I mean, I got to tell you, you can put them. I seriously,
They're good.
and I'm not lying. I'm not saying this for Kenny. You can put them in any venue that I have had them in. Sell out. They play the Delmar.
Yeah, I know.
They
I
played
missed it, but I knew they were in
Hard
town.
Rock. I had them at Hard Rock several times. I
awesome.
mean, it doesn't matter where you put them. There's something about. And nobody is ashamed to say, I'm so into boy bands.
Well, and especially now, because that's for a few generations now, right? Because these men have been around for, years. So you've got a little bit of a multi-generational that's hailing back to the fun, better times. I mean, for us, it was the 80s. For these, kids, it was the 90s. And then, ticking into
Right.
the 2000s. But it's good music that makes you feel happy. It just it takes you that better place, and everyone's looking for that so desperately now in all angles.
I got it, Kenny. This is a funny story you'll like. Okay, so I was at Contemporary Productions, which is like Jam. Okay, was it, one of the largest concert promoters in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a venue in St. Louis called Westport Playhouse. It fit about
400.
in the round. It was in the round.
It was small.
It was 500. So I told my boss, I go, I hadn't been there that long, and so they were not listening to me. I said, you really need to book this band, New Kids on the Block. I just feel like something is happening with them. They're going to explode. He goes, you know what, Seigel? He goes, I'm going to do this, but if they don't sell out, you are so fired. You are so fired. And I knew I was not going to get fired when I went into a restaurant, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, Terry Seigel, yeah? He goes, you work at Contemporary, yeah? Can you get me tickets to New Kids on the Block? And I'm like, how did you know about this? Usually it's for Aerosmith or something like New Kids on the Block. Well, what happened was it went on sale. It went on sale, and it sold out, but they didn't realize that when it meant sold out, it was really sold out. They opened the doors, and there was a rush. I mean, like the Beatles. like screaming, rushing with these doors, like you can. And that was really the start.
The start.
Was
Yeah.
that was that kind of the start? New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
I mean, it just went insane. Like it was crazy, and I didn't get fired.
You should have gotten a raise.
And the next place they played was the stadium.
oh, I believe it.
Was Bush, where the Cardinals play. I mean, that's the next place. They went from like a 400-seat venue to the stadium.
Yeah.
You know, and people still begging for tickets. So there's just always, it's just so cool to have something different, you know, not another Aerosmith tribute band, you know, and
Right.
it's just cool to have something else. And you know, we're praying for you that you reopen soon. We were just talking to, we had on the, right before you came on, we had an interview with Danny Zalesko, who I've got to talk to him about you, but because he books the Southwest. His whole territory is Vegas, Arizona, all these. What else did he say? Arizona.
I lost
all
track.
Southwest. The whole
Yeah.
Southwest he books, and like Jam has Chicago, he has the Southwest, and all these clubs.
Okay.
And I want to find out. Like he thinks. What did he say? He thinks it's coming back by the end of May. And
Yeah.
and he doesn't
Ish.
know end of May ish, but it all depends, you know, on people getting the vaccine. He said I would still wear the mask, you know.
Yeah.
Isn't that what he said? He said if you get the vaccine, I'm going Friday. By the way, I'm getting the vaccine because I'm old. One time, 65 actually works for me. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm 65.
Are you getting any stuff out of Chicago? People speculating, trying to plan ahead?
Outdoor summer festivals are like we're fully booked like that for that stuff.
Well, that's good.
That seems hopeful.
Like that country,
End
Ed
of
Warm
May.
stuff, like Ed Warm, you know, that does all the big country festivals in Chicago.
Yeah. So Smokeout is, I believe, still planning on July. I talk to Ed pretty often. It seems like they're planning on
Tell him to
having.
hire me.
I'm not sure what the protocols. I don't know what the protocols are going to be. But
All right.
Well, I know that the
we have a
Go ahead, honey.
we have a show in Birmingham. We're down in Birmingham, Alabama. I think Terry, we talked about that at Iron City. That'll be our first kind of like real indoor show.
Well,
That's,
you know, I
end
was
of
trying to
April.
get him into St. You tell your
Well,
buddy.
we're still going to try to get
We're
you
gonna
guys
get
into St.
Diamond,
Louis.
like Delbar,
for sure.
but I don't want to mess up his thing with Delbar.
Oh, if Delmar opens.
Delmar
okay.
is we're at Delmar in end of July, I think. And
Oh.
from St. Louis people are saying that from what we heard is basically after July they expect to be good to go.
Well,
Is-
gosh,
I don't
fingers
know.
crossed,
That's
Kenny.
just what we heard.
So here's the deal. Wrap up question, unless Terry has one more for you. Any more reality shows in your future?
They've talked to you. How about a Bachelor? How about The Bachelor?
He should be
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Have they talked to you about it? Scoop.
Not about that. No, I don't. Who knows? I might be. I think I'm too. I got too many tattoos, and I'm too. I might be too old for them. I might be too edgy for Bachelor.
Well, but you're not,
Really?
if not in the 65 range, because you're actually. I might decide to date a little bit older than my usual range, but
Oh my gosh,
I
that
might
is hilarious.
Yeah, I might try to. They might put me in the senior one that they're doing. I might have to bump up.
Kenny, I love you. You can
I'll
end
be
up with me.
with you.
Oh my gosh, Kenny, thank you so much.
We
both
love you.
have
Here's
a
our
rose for
roses for
you.
you.
Here you go. Thank you so much,
Best
Anna.
of luck with the
Thank you.
club. Stay healthy. We
Yes.
love you. And
Maybe we'll like bust doors and come up to Chicago sometime and like totally make your life miserable for a night.
Oh, he's
I
telling me.
love that.
They're yelling. You know what, Kenny? Do you hate this when people they're behind you going?
Our director, the
telling me
director's just, he's running a show.
Well,
It's
he's
a-
like, yeah, but I don't know what this means.
That
And
means
this,
wrap
he's telling,
it up.
No, he's telling me to move because I'm out of the camera.
Oh, well then you did know what he meant.
I was away from the microphone.
Terry is all over the place. So Kenny, thank you again
Kenny,
so
I
much.
love you, honey.
Be
Thanks for
safe,
doing
be
this.
good.
I know you're tired. But
All right, and we're going to throw it back to
Oh, no, I'm
Sean
good.
and Mike. Here's a little boy
This is
band
for you.
action.
my fire, the one desire, believe me when I say that I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna feel this way. I want it that way.
Oh,
We were trying to
Get
take
our
our bras off and
bras
throw
off.
them at you. We should have been better prepared. All right, darn it.
Nice to meet you,
All
man.
right.
look where we were.
On the rocks with a twist and apparently braless. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see
didn't
see
say
you
bye.
next time. We're saying bye right now.
Bye. We love ya.
Bye.
Put your bra back on, Katie.